Think about the national budget and history.
A national budget is the budget of a country. The government gets money from tax and fees and spends it on things like national defense, infrastructure, grants for research, education, and the arts, and social programs such as social security and Medicare. The federal budget started small as our government was small and provided only a rather nominal level of services such as meal delivery and a limited national defense. However, the 16th Amendment authorized a national income tax in 1913, which allowed the federal government to tap a new revenue source and expand the services it provided to its citizens.
Why does national budget is important to a country?
Budget is important to a country because if a country does not have national budget, the government will not have enough money to allocate resources such as medical help, financial aid, buildings, and learning institutes. Besides that, the economy of the country will fall. In addition, the national budget is important because the government can encourage business owners or entrepreneurs to amend their policies and contribute to country's economy.
What do you think about the budget 2020?
My view on this, there are no big surprise for the 2020 budget, but there are a few. It is good to encourage women and unemployed college students to return to the workforce, reward local employees and employers for replacing foreign workers, and encourage quality improvement and economy value added. Vary on the general direction, help to implement and cooperate. Everything else is pro-business and lightens the burden on the people. How about the limited resources? At least the people can get more when they see less corruption.
Can you tell me about 2016, 2017, and 2018, their comparison?
In 2016, the budget is expected to have some things for every citizen, the bottom 40% of household income and the rural folk. Next, green for household with income of 3,000 ringgit Malaysian and below increased from 950 ringgit to 1,000 ringgit. Household earning between 3,000 ringgit until 4,000 ringgit will receive 800 ringgit from 750 previously, while single individual about age 21 earning below 2,000 ringgit in a month has existent growth from 350 ringgit to 400 ringgit. Revenue to grow 1.4%. GST collection up 39 ringgit, bill from 37 ringgit in 2015. Income tax for who earning between 600k and 1 million to be raised from 25% to 26%. Besides, 100 ringgit school aid for household with income below 3k to continue, benefiting 3.5 billion students. Next, in year 2017, have a lot of benefits. In total of the benefits has among 19 benefits. Among the 19 benefits have for women, children and Islam, security force Malays and Bumiputra, Chinese and Indian, orang asli and disabled, BTPTN loan borrowers and incentive for repayment, teachers and schools, internet connectivity, tourists and e-visas for more countries. Riders and taxi driver, healthcare, support development, government service, tax relief, first home buyer, green recipients, project for the Rakyat, civil servant and GST rate and economy. The total budget for the year 2017 is 2,260.8 billion ringgit Malaysia. Lastly, in year 2018 have 9 tax budgets. First was tax and GST. In 2018, except from construction of school building and places of worship or donation have full GST relief. Local authorized service magazines, comic management and maintenance of stratified residential building no GST. Next, financial aid and cash handout education and BTPTN, housing, women and childcare, investment, capital markets and others such as hiring maid, easy loan for FTIM and e-hailing application for registered taxi driver.
Do you think about the budget 2020?
My view on this, although there will be some beneficiaries, some aspect will not bring much benefit. However, as long as the new Belanjawan 2020 strategy can achieve its themes of shared prosperity, we are on the right path to becoming economically progressive, competitive, yet vibrant and fight nation. The right budget plan will be realized in a country that grew into a non-selective one.
Tell me, what is the impact of government expenditure to the economy?
Impact of government expenditure to the economy is higher taxes are likely to offset higher government spending, leaving aggregate demand unchanged. However, higher spending and taxes could lead to GDP growth. In a recession, consumers are likely to spend less, leading to higher private sector savings. As a result, tax increase may not reduce spending as much as usual. Increased government spending could have a multiplier effect. If government spending leads to the employer at the job, then that will have more income spending, resulting in further increased aggregate demand in the economy. Under the condition of spend capacity, government spending may lead to the final GDP growth is greater than the initial capital injection. Government is suggested to use the government expenditure in a better way and unexcessively. If government expenditure is utilized in the excess amount, the excessive development expenditure becomes unproductive.
What do you think about the budget 2020?
As for me, budget 2020 has outlined a wide range of intensive action plans, fiscal measures, and incentives seeking to address the challenges that Malaysia is facing, which include setting the new growth direction, intensifying growth momentum, addressing the high cost of living, and increasing the income level of the rakyat.
How does the budget 2020 can affect the consumption, investment, government, and foreign sector in Malaysia?
The budget 2020 affect the consumption is GST will not be introduced. At the end of September 2019, the government repaid GST refund amounting to 15.9 billion to more than 78,000 companies. This will effect be increasing consumer wants and needs, and it will help boost Malaysia's GDP. Next, budget 2020 affected investment is government and financial institutions to introduce RTO, financial scammage. Up to 10 billion will be provided by the financial institution. This RTO scammage is for purchase of first home out to 500,000 property price, and it will help rich income less consumer can get more benefit and improving their standard living. In addition, government also affected by budget 2020. Malaysia to become used to making digital payment through e-wallet. The government will be credited 30 ringgit into e-wallet for every Malaysian who are 18 and above and earn less than 100,000 a year. Government also spent 210 million earmarked to accelerate deployment of new digital infrastructure for public buildings such as school and industry parks, and also 10-year tax incentive for an electronic sector that shift toward M5G and Industry 4.0. And the effect of government are investing electronic sector keep up with the time is let people can get more convenience and providing a good environment technology. Budget 2020 foreign sector is to reduce supply overhang of condominium apartments of 8.3 billion. Government will lower threshold on high-rise property price in urban areas for foreign ownership from 1 million to 600,000 in 2020. And it will effect is reduce supply overhang of condominium and apartment and will help the both country GDP, but might cause dissatisfaction of Malaysian and it will affect the property price.
How does Budget 2020 affect this? The measures outlined in its focus on stimulating household spending as private consumption is expected to be the main engine of growth in 2020, which is forecast to another year of uncertainty on the expectation of a global economic slowdown. The second is the budget also includes incentives to attract and increase private investment in the country, which would help to ease the burden of the government to support growth during the uncertain times.
What is the impact to the employment and inflation when the government increased the budget from 2018?
First, employment rate in Malaysia is expected to be 3.3% by the end of the quarter, according to Trading Economics Global Macro Models and Analysis expectation. Looking forward, we estimate employment rate in Malaysia to stand at 3.4 in 12 months' time. In the long term, the Malaysia employment rate is projected to trend around 3.6% in 2020, according to our econometrics models. Employment is because of employees' lack of experience, lack of social and communication skill. Education in Malaysia type of employment, structural employment, frictional employment, cyclical employment, classical employment. Malaysia employment rate mix of the labour market quality of education economic growth. The decline in the employment rate represents the healthy development of the overall economy and is conducive to the appreciation of the currency. Inflation rate in Malaysia is expected to be 0.8% by the end of this quarter, according to Trading Economics Global Macro Models and Analysis expectation. Looking forward, we estimate inflation rate in Malaysia to stand at 1.7 in 12 months' time. In the long term, the Malaysia inflation rate is projected to trend around 2.1% in 2020, according to our econometric models. The only effect of inflation on social and economic life is the people hold less cash. However, when the inflation rate is not fully expected, it will affect the distribution of social income and economic activities because people can't adjust the nominal variables and economic action exactly according to the inflation rate.
About the budget 2020.
In conclusion, Budget 2020 should encourage and provide incentive to the best talent among us and attract some of the best brands from abroad to come home and stay to contribute to a better, more fair, stable and sustainable Malaysia for all Malaysians and for our posterity. Finally, most of us Malaysians would expect a realistic and mighty growth budget 2020 that will give more priority to the poor in the interest of protecting the budget integrity as well as our social stability and real progress for all Malaysians.